From Freddy Krueger to Ghostface, the slasher genre is full of scary, iconic bad guys constantly waiting to rip us apart with their weapon of choice. And if you were a kid in between the late 80s and the early 90s, they didn't get scarier or more iconic than Chucky, Dourif. For years on end, the murderous doll from Tom Holland's Child's Play terrified children all across the globe, even if they only heard about him from older siblings and TV spots. With his red hair, unnervingly cute face, and overalls, Chucky became such a horror staple that it is still spawning sequels and reboots 35 years after his screen debut. The third season of Chucky is in full swing and has garnered favorable reviews, as did the first two seasons. Watching Child's Play in 2023, it's not hard to understand how and why Chucky became such a household name for horror fans. Outrageously funny, with a charismatic villain, beautiful puppeteering work, and a wild premise, Holland's original film is the kind of feature that, even back when it had no sequels planned, is the perfect first installment for a larger franchise. Likewise, it is not hard to understand how said franchise leaned heavily into humor, with a lot of its more recent entries, such as Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, described as horror comedies. Child's Play isn't exactly a scary movie, no matter how those ancient TV commercials made you feel. It is, however, an extremely thrilling flick, with superb action sequences, inventive deaths, and, perhaps most importantly, a child star that sells it all with little effort. There are parts of Child's Play that haven't aged well. Like many other slasher icons of its time, Chucky is a killer hiding behind a mask, though not in the most obvious way. In the plot of Child's Play, he is actually Charles Lee Ray, also known as the Lakeshore Strangler, a killer who possesses the body of a fictional good guy doll after being killed during a police chase. Shot by Detective Mike Norris, Chris Sarandon, while hiding in a toy store, Ray performs a voodoo ritual that allows him to transfer his soul into the talking doll, which is later gifted to 6-year-old Andy Barkley, Alex Vincent, by his mother, Catherine Hicks. Having vowed on the brink of death to get back at both Norris and his flaking partner, Eddie Caputo, Neil Gentoli, Ray, now hiding his true identity under the pseudonym Chucky, turns the life of the Barkley family into a living hell. It's a strong synopsis, apart from the voodoo element, which stands out as the only part of the film that truly gives away its age. Sure, Holland, alongside fellow writers Don Mancini and John Lafia, does his best to convey that Ray is perverting the religion's principles for the purpose of reaching eternal life. But it is still uncomfortable to watch Chucky spewing what is supposed to be a voodoo chant and calling on a storm to wreak havoc upon the world. There is a very conjuring the forces of evil vibe to the way the ceremonial scenes are shot, and, in a world in which African American religions are frequently misrepresented on screen, it leaves a bad taste in the viewer's mouth. The movie would have aged better if it had left the matter of Chucky's soul transfer a mystery, or if it went with a basic demonic explanation.